It's Bill from Pennsylvania Rock Show coming at you from PARockShow.com, MegaRockRadio.net, 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, Alt Rock Radio and .ca in Hamilton, Canada. RootarooRadio.com coming at you from the beaches of San Diego, California, and XRPRadio.co.uk from Birmingham, United Kingdom. And then lastly, as I forget every week, BillDescene.com right here in Leechburg, Pennsylvania. That one I always forget, the one I own. This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 549. With me tonight is Doug Carnahan from After the Fall. What's up, Doug?
Bill, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. It's nice to see the Mohawk is still there.
Oh, of course. It ain't going nowhere, dude.
It could be like this.
Oh, well, no, it's getting there slowly but surely. So one strand at a time, Bill. One strand at a time.
The other day, I took my son over to my parents' house and shaved his head, and he shaved mine. And he's like, "Dad, there really is some hair on the top of your head." It's like, thanks. Some.
You gotta love kids, man. You gotta love what they say. That's funny.
But so we're a little late on the release of the Welcome to the New SA EP, but it can't hurt to bring it back up, right?
Sure, no, absolutely. I think it's this day and age. It's very relevant, So it came out in November, early November, and it's been through RFL Records, and we haven't been able to perform, unfortunately, due to the ongoing health crisis. But we did release the EP on digital and physical, and so far so good, man. Getting a lot of radio play, got good reviews from different publications. One was in Italy, I think one was United Kingdom, one was German, Mexico reviewed it, and it's all good reviews. So that's a good thing, I think.
I clicked on the one from Italy the other day because I saw someone was having trouble getting it to translate.
Yeah.
And then I got sidetracked and I never read it.
Oh,
I got it to translate.
No, I read it. It's good. There's a bunch of publications out there that reviewed it. That are kind of like indie ones. Some of them are actually bigger. I think one was called Metal Temple. I think was one of the places that reviewed it. And it's we got pretty good reviews on it so far. People. Unfortunately, like I said, we can't play it live. So, some of the songs we've actually never really performed live before. A lot of, the New SA, The Fight, those are songs we were playing before everything had hanging. But, there's a couple songs there we never played live. So, people never got a chance to hear them live in concerts. I hope that changes sometime in the near future. But
I know I've seen you do some acoustic stuff live.
Yes, sir.
Well, how do you feel about that? I mean, I can tell you as a fan when I'm watching that, it's nice that it's nice to be able to see the band members that I know, but at the same time, it's not quite the same. And hey, Brandon Payne's telling you hello.
I see that. Hi, Brandon Payne. What's up, B Payne? Well, I think that's a pretty accurate description, man. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I started doing acoustic before this whole pandemic thing hit. It's just kind of like a side thing for some extra dough. And I was writing acoustic stuff along with material for After the Fall. And it's just when this whole pandemic thing hit, it was kind of hit and miss with where you could play. Because the band obviously can't fit in a lot, like the Hard Rock Cafe. Half the places are closed anyways. The Rex, I mean, they're done for. Howler's Coyote Cafe done for. So a lot of these venues that the band would actually play at aren't even going to be there when this is all said and done with. So it was really just a matter of logistics of getting where could you fit any kind of music, and it turns out a lot of the places I was playing acoustically still could abide by the law, the 25%, 50% capacity without going over and having, a band in there and all that space and stuff to take up. So the acoustic thing just kind of ended up working out that way. And then I actually wrote an album, an EP, an acoustic EP that's going to be coming out here this spring. I'm not quite sure how it's going to be released yet, but It's definitely going to be physical and digital. And I get 4 songs, 4 original songs that, brand new. So
I think the last time you were on, we were discussing, you were talking about starting that.
yeah, I recorded it in Ohio with Mike Ofca, same guy who did half of Welcome to the New SA. And we did it. We knocked it out. There's a couple weekends we did. I cruised out there and did it in a couple weekends. But yeah, it's a big departure though from After the Fall. It's I've had a few people listen to it, a few select folks, who I trust and who are big fans of the band. I've let them hear the tracks, and it's a good response, but they all say it's not at all what they were expecting. It's a lot different. So. Oh
Bobby,
yeah,
Bobby C from Royal
hey,
Honey.
hi, what's up, man? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that acoustic show with John Corabi. That was a good show. I actually just thinking about that the other day. That's actually one of my favorite acoustic shows I've ever played. But yeah, it is fun though. I'll say that because it's like if you can't have the band, then this is the next best thing. You know what I mean? To not play music would be like almost to deny my existence. So I would go insane. You know what I mean? I tried doing the live stream thing, and I know some guys do it and they want tips for it. They would put up like little tip things and stuff, and that's cool. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I couldn't imagine charging someone though to view me play in my living room. It just area anywhere, even a studio, it just doesn't feel right. When you go out to see live music and pay for it, if you're paying for the sights, the sounds, the smells, all of it, you just that experience. And sitting in your living room, watching me in my living room, to me, isn't an experience worth paying for. So I did a few live streams just for free, but yeah, I'd rather just do the acoustic thing live where I can, man. Try to get it in. And there's been a few venues that have been very, very. I mean, they kept me afloat. I'm not going to even say like that. I've got a big shout out to the hot spot up in Katanning. They've been a good a big help. Also the porch up in Upper St. Clair. These are places that still, despite all this, still believe in having live music as much as they can, and thank the Lord they did. So, but yeah, it's hard, man. But we can we'll dive into ATF here in a minute, because we got some stuff up our sleeve. So.
Since we're talking about how the pandemic has affected the scene as a whole,
Sure.
I do want to mention that the first song we played tonight is called SOS 2020, which was released at 6 p.m. on Friday the 8th. So, which is 2 hours before this show airs, but who knows when the people are listening to the show. But
sure.
That song, the proceeds are going to benefit. They're going to be donated to NIVA, which is the National Independent Venues Association.
Oh wow, man!
So any money that the song makes, and then the Rhythm 19 Foundation is going to match the money that's made up to $2,000.
Wow!
So,
now, does that go to just all local venues, or is it national, or like how's that?
So it goes into, the way I understand it, it goes into a national
fund or something.
And then the venues and places like Dresky and those kinds of promoters,
sure, like promoter stuff,
that are members, they put in an application showing need, and then the money is dispersed.
It's like a grant kind. It's like a grant.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Okay, all right, that's cool, man. That's a good thing to do.
And Bobby C sings some leads on there, so that was a good time to bring it up.
Oh,
too.
Nice, cool, man. That's really good. I mean, we were talking before the show. I can't honestly say that I knew of the program or any of that stuff, but that's a very good thing to do. Like, I mean, if there's any time these venues needed more help, it's right now, man. I mean, a lot of these places are just scraping by if they're even still open. So, my hat's off.
And when I was approached, my part of it came at the end. They asked me if I would be willing to donate a website design. And it's kind of what my whole premise is, helping build the scene without the venues. There really isn't a scene because there's nowhere for the bands to play, like you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely right, man. Absolutely right. My hat's off to you for donating the website, man. That's a good thing to do. That's good. They need it, man.
And since Bobby C's throwing some more information out here, Black Forge Coffee has a Save Our Stages grind that they released on the 1st of January.
Oh.
And I think it's 20 or 25% of the money that comes in off of that is also donated to save the local stages.
That is sick, man. There's a lot of good people out there in this local music scene that are willing to, put, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of charity shows with Rock for Life and stuff that go on every year, but it's when it hits home, like it's actually affecting us, the musicians. It's really cool to see people from all over the city band together and do stuff like this. That really makes you know that you have something going on. You know what I mean? It's like a family thing. That's a great feeling to have, man.
The Black Forge Coffee, they're actually taking it on tour, and I'm going to different venues all across the U.S. and I'm selling their coffee.
Coffee. Oh, that is awesome, man. That's a great. I think I read about that in the paper, actually. I think I read about something like that in the paper. I'm pretty sure.
So both of those, you can find both of those if you go to buildascene.com. There's logos for both the SOS 2020 and the Black Forge Save Our Coffee grind. Coffee. It's coffee.
It's coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee?
I don't. That's odd coming out of the mouth, right?
Oh, you're missing out.
See, I would tell you that. You can kind of see it. The green screen's taking over, but yeah.
Nice.
It looks like
that's pretty cool.
But anyway, let's see how long we've been. I tell you what, why don't you tell me a little bit about the song "New SA," and we'll pretend to take a break and play it, but we'll actually play it later.
All right, that sounds good. Well, actually, I wrote New SA like 2016. I was getting into my shower, and at the time, it was Hillary Clinton's emails, the WikiLeaks things was going on, and it was a big thing on Reddit. So I was, kind of following it, in real time. And as they were releasing these links and stuff, and I read some of them, and I felt that it was an important, bit of information that people needed to hear. So I tried to share it on Facebook, and Facebook subsequently wouldn't let me share it. And they would put it up, and it'd be like a transparent. You could see it was there, but it was like it wasn't. And it would say your post, it didn't. I can't remember exactly what the wording was, but it didn't effectively just didn't post. So I tried it on Twitter. Twitter let me post it. And I tried 50 different times on Facebook. It wouldn't let me do it. So I got pissed off. I took a shower. And while I was in the shower, all of it came to me, man. Those are rare instances where like the music, the lyrics, all of it just, hits you at once. And I got out of the shower and I had the song written in maybe like 20 minutes after that, it wrote itself pretty much, And I think though it's still, even 4 years later, 5 years later now, it's still applicable because what our country is going through. I'm not, I'd like to preface this with, we're not a political band. We don't really take a side or a stance politically. We're not left, right, whatever. We're just us. And it's just an honest look at where our country is from an average American citizen. And, I think that it's relevant to anyone who pays attention to what's going on in our country, because it's, our country's in a very different place now than it was even just 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And, as long as things like that are happening, I like to think that, maybe I'll keep on writing about stuff, if it pops up. But I try not to stay out of the political realm. I try to, just stick to other things. But I would say it's political. It's just, a song about American life.
I remember the first time I listened to it, I sent you a message and I was like, how did you know this was all going to happen? Do you remember?
Yes. Steve says the same thing too, man. He's like, it's like you knew it was coming. And I mean, I can't say I actually knew it was coming, but you could just see the direction things were going, man. And quite honestly, a lot of it is just, it's almost like an outlet for the rage I felt that day, like censorship and feeling of not being able to do anything about it. It's supposed to be a democracy, and here, we're just little piss ants on the anthill. It's like you can't really do much about it to affect any real change. So, I got pissed off and wrote a song. I don't know if it'll change anything, but I like the song.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a moment and we're going to listen to Welcome to the New SA. That's the album title? Is the song?
The song's just called New SA.
New SA. That's what I thought.
New SA, yep.
Off of Welcome to the New SA there. And for those of you that are hanging out with us live, you're not going to get to hear the song right now. To do that, you have to go to buildascene.com on Friday. And you'll be able to hear the whole show, which will also include that new track that I mentioned earlier that we played Upfront SOS 2020. And I'm going to talk about that again when we're actually on the air. People that are listening to this first time are, what is he talking about? So as Doug mentioned, Facebook likes to block things, and if I play the music in the video, they're going to mute the video, which doesn't do us any good. So I can't play it.
Yeah, and it keeps getting worse. Like they just made some changes in October to their copyright stuff and everything, and like playing cover songs and stuff on Facebook now, you can only get away with like one before they shut your video down. It's like it has to be all original material.
Bethlehem, which is a Pittsburgh metal band.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
they did a whole release special where they recorded videos in 4K and basically took all their albums are concept albums.
Yeah, right.
And basically they have a video for every song, and each song builds into the next song. So they did this like hour and a half long CD release on Facebook, which is clearly their music.
Sure.
I mean, they're in the video, they're playing, right? They muted the whole video.
Are you all of them?
The whole video is muted.
What's the reason behind it if it's all original material?
I have no idea.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. People shouldn't have that much power. That's insane.
So that's why I don't play the music in the video portion of the interview. Because
I blame you. That makes sense.
Because I would like people to hear what's being said.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Yes. No, that's good reason, Bill.
So we're gonna act like we listen to it and come back in.
Sounds good.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hey, so we're back. In that short segment of music, you heard "Awake" by A Common Crown, and right before that, you heard "I Lied to You." I have. Wait a minute. Yeah, I've shut out the world.
Shut the world out.
Yeah.
Shut the world out. Okay.
Shut the world out.
Not New SA.
That's okay though, because it's cool that now they know what New SA is about. So what's shut the world out about?
Well, it's kind of in the same vein as New SA. It was one of the newer songs, one of the last ones that we had written for the EP, and it's kind of in the same vein, but more of an isolation kind of standpoint. People get so fed up with living in just the day-to-day BS that you go through as a human being, whether in any country, it doesn't even matter what country you're in, and it seems like there's a lot of negativity and hate that wants to pervade our inner spaces these days. So I think it's just natural for people to want to just, isolate themselves and hide away from it and stuff. But the thing is the more you do that, the more you actually give into it. You have to spread the love. You have to go out there and combat that by, doing random acts of kindness or showing that you care or just, loving people. And that's pretty much the basis of the song. You can't shut the world out, because if you do, then they win.
No, that's the first time I've done that.
You serious?
It is.
Get out of here, dude. I don't buy that. I really don't believe you.
You know what is not the first time you see over my head? Do you see that microphone there?
Yes.
And the Build a Scene logo.
Yeah.
I don't mention it very often, but that microphone is in the logo because of Doug.
I'm glad my microphone can inspire you, Bill.
That's right. That's very similar to the mic that Doug uses on stage.
It's almost identical, I'd say.
And I used to take pictures of just the microphone and send them to Doug and say, "Hey, check out this cool picture." And he's laughing because, see?
I remember that. I do remember that. It's like right after I first got it, man. You were like, I remember that. You took pictures and sent them to me. Oh, that's funny, dude. That's good. That's good stuff.
Here's someone else for you.
Hey, John, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing all right out there. You got to give a big shout out to while we're here. I'll take a minute here, Bill, and talk about RFL Records since John popped up. That's a good segue. Yeah, we signed with them a couple years ago, and they re-released our last album, My Confession. And John at RFL has been nothing but great to us. He It's just was kind of starting out as a label. We had a few acts signed, but nothing, kind of just all local stuff. And, as we've been with him the past 2-3 years, he's really built the label into something, quite a force, man. I mean, he's got some, global distribution through Amped Group, I believe they're called, digital and physical. He helped us get our CD into Target. You can order our My Confession on Target, his website, Walmart's website. I mean, pretty big stuff. And he signed some big acts now. He's got some, acts international all over the globe. Some down in Florida, some over in Europe. I mean, so it's RFL Records has really treated us really well as far as our releases go and when as artists. And I'm really looking forward to continuing the relationship, man, because it's there's not a lot of labels out there like that these days. A lot of them are just up they're out for the money. And to know that there's someone out there who actually cares about the artist and what they're doing, is really refreshing.
If you look right below Doug and I in the video, it says rflrecords.com/after-the-fall. But
say that on stage.
I think I would just say go to rflrecords.com and check out the lineup.
I might steal that. Nice.
Or you could ask someone that knows how to forward domains, and we could forward a domain to that.
Oh, okay. All right. That's not a way to do it, I suppose.
But rflrecords.com, and you can see the different artists that Doug was just referring to. Or if you want to go directly to After the Fall, add /after-the-fall.
That's it, baby.
And for those of you that are confused, the hyphen is the little minus sign.
The minus sign. Just to clear that up.
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
I have not.
You are familiar with Karate Kid, though, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
So, Johnny Lawrence, they're trying to get him on Facebook, and he started calling hashtags hash browns. Set up one of those hash browns for me.
That's good. Yeah. Technology, man.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about After the Fall, which, you guys have been on a little bit of a hiatus.
Yes.
So I know you mentioned earlier that you did some writing for a solo album. Has there been any writing going on for After the Fall?
Well, we haven't reconvened. Our last show, I believe, was in February, right before this all happened. And, I was actually in Atlantic City whenever I came back, was right when this all, like the lockdown started and everything. So, I mean, I saw it on the news, but I really can't say I expected it, just to go this crazy. But so we haven't been able to play any shows as After the Fall. We, I'm not gonna get into the details of it on here, but we also are in the process of replacing our last guitar player. He's no longer with us, so we're actually going to be holding some auditions here this month now, and we have a few guys lined up, a few guys who want to take a stab at it, and then, I mean, really talented guys too. Like, I mean, well-known guitarists in Pittsburgh. They'd be, any of them would be a great addition to our band. So and we're all really looking forward to auditioning them and seeing who's gonna fit the bill. But yeah, so hopefully once we get together and get that all going. And to answer your original question, yes, there has been writing going on. I have actually written a few songs that I'm really anxiously awaiting to bring to the band. One in particular, I think it's going to be a really killer song, and I think it'll be a great way to reintroduce ourselves to the population. Get back out there with some new material and new guitar players, some new face. I think that'll be good. But yeah, I don't know when it'll be though, Bill. I mean, with who really knows where you can even play at.
Something else I want to mention real quick, right over my shoulder here. That's so hard to point. Right, I can't do it. In between the mic cable, right, yeah, that's Doug there in the background on the Rock for Life stage.
Oh yeah, that's
it's weird because yeah, I'm looking at myself backwards. So
so you want to point the other way?
Yeah, this is my left side, but it's on the right side of the screen.
I gotcha. I can appreciate how that's confusing.
It's impossible. They can't point where you want. Here, look, I'll move the microphone. Look at where the microphone used to be.
That's good. Can you hear yourself when you do that? Is it still audible? Or no?
It probably would be, but
Yeah.
a lot lower.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. So after the fall has been around for a while, like I want to say 2000, early 2000s. I can't remember the exact year.
2004, 3 or 4,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's where I was thinking. Right around
Yeah.
the same time as this show started,
Yeah.
2004.
Right. Sure.
Um, and you, how long have you been in the band?
I joined him in 2012, so it'll be almost 10 years now. I've been with them. I replaced the last vocalist. They were looking for a guy in 2012, and we hit it. Got a hold of him on Craigslist. I my last few bands, I had actually been the one to form them. I went out and found the musicians, and this time around, after my last band broke up, I just decided, well, I'm going to put myself out there and see if there's something I could already, just jump into, because I always hesitant to do that just because, you're getting into somebody else's thing and they might have their own way about doing stuff. And I don't want to step on no toes or anything. So, but they got a hold of me, and Matt will tell you different though. Matt will tell you that, how was it? I got a hold of him. I can't remember how it was. His story varies from mine, but somehow we ended up getting a hold of each other. And I went out there and auditioned, and they had me come back for another audition. I do 2 auditions, but they enjoyed what I did, and I enjoyed them. It was good. It was a great fit. That I'll tell you what, Bill, and this is the honest God's truth, man. That's probably the best group of musicians I've ever had the pleasure of playing with, and I mean that. Like they are really good people. They're great musicians, and there's a reason why they're still around. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud, and I'm very blessed to be able to contribute to something that has that kind of impact and that kind of following, that kind of reach, and to have the, RFL Records behind us. This band has really done a lot, and overcame a lot and accomplished a lot since the time that, not even just before I joined, but since I've joined. And, I have no intention of stopping with them. We met after we had to let go of the last guitar player, and we said, what do we want to do? Do we want to continue? Do we want to, move on, call it quits, a different name? What do we want to do? And we all decided we want to keep moving, man. After the fall's got a good thing going, and, there's no point in stopping now.
So when you're telling the story about how you joined the band, Ace Frehley joining Kiss popped into my head. They put out an ad asking for, well, what you ended up with. But the story goes he showed up with 2 different colored shoes on, and
I think I have heard this story before.
Yeah. So my question is, did you show up with 2 different colored shoes?
I love how you pull these questions out of your ass, dude. No, I didn't have 2 colored shoes on, man. I had the same shoes, but I was nervous though, because I had to learn all their material, and what they were doing, the direction they were going when I joined versus what I normally do is a little bit different. Like they're a little harder before, a little more I'd say metal kind of oriented, and I'm more of a hard rock melodic kind of guy, so. But it still fit though. It was a really good, instantaneously we knew that it was going to be a good thing. So, and they were, again, they put a lot of trust in me to just writing the songs, and just being the front man and carrying the name after the fall onward, in another direction. So I didn't want to let them down, man. It was I had some big shoes to fill. So
I have a shoe story for you that I've never told on the air.
okay.
So a few years ago, nobody at my house was getting up in the morning except for me. And, when someone mismatches clothing, someone will say, "Hey, did you get dressed in the dark?" Well,
Right.
I kind of
Right.
did that day, and I got to work, and I had a dress shoe and a tennis shoe on.
Are you serious? You had no idea. You couldn't tell. You couldn't
No.
feel the difference.
Nope.
That's crazy, dude.
So at my plan period, I drove to Gabe's and bought a cheap pair of shoes to wear the rest of the day.
I would just stuck it out, man. Save the money. That's funny, dude.
But yeah, I got to work and looked down on my feet. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh man, yeah. No, I even put the shoe thing back in there for you. I had big shoes to fill. You like that?
I did.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, Doug, one last question for you.
Hit me.
That wasn't what I was going to ask if I could do.
Okay.
Don't
Thanks.
worry. I never would.
Okay. I surrender.
So, what's coming up for you as a solo artist and for After the Fall that you haven't covered so far? You have a visitor and you have a visitor in the background too.
Visitor in the background. Yeah. Thanks. I didn't even see him come in. He's a ninja. He's a little ninja. No. Come on. Sorry about that. Anyways, well, I got a show coming up, an acoustic show on January 29th at Hotspot again up in Cantanning. It's Friday night, so that's gonna be good. And as far as After the Fall goes, we have nothing booked. Like as far as shows, we gotta get the guitar player thing happening. Once we have our auditions and stuff, and I want to make sure we we all want to make sure that whoever it is a solid fit. We don't want to jump into anything prematurely and 6 months later down the road have the same problem again. So whoever it is, we're gonna take some time and make sure. But I would say look for After the Fall coming back. At least hopefully spring, summer. That's where be a good target. But and as far as acoustic goes, I got an acoustic. I guess we were talking before, that EP coming out. That'll be coming out hopefully this spring, and we'll get that out there, digital and physical. And like I said, I haven't quite worked out the details yet as far as how it's going to be released. But we'll get it out there. And yeah, man, that's it. And I'm sure once this stuff starts to subside a bit, hopefully some of the venues I was playing at before acoustically and with After the Fall too, we both ends of it can get back into action here. It's just a lot of it's just these restrictions, man, are killer.
When you have the CD ready, let me know and we'll do this again.
I was actually going to ask you that. I was going to say, so set up like something, maybe you could, I'll give you the songs. You could, play them on that, the day I release them or something like that, something cool like that. I would really enjoy that.
And this is going to sound really odd, but if I still have the radio station at that point, we could do something on the radio station.
If? What do you mean if?
Well, it costs money.
Okay. All right. Good answer. All right. Doesn't everything, Bill?
Oh yeah.
These days.
I was explaining to someone how my how this whole thing works with me playing the music and having the written permission. And I was like, look, if I had to spend more money on this than my wife already does, or than I already do, my wife would kill me. Like, so if you want me to play your music, you got to sign off that I can play it without paying royalties.
It seems like anytime you're like any music involved, like whether you're the musician and you're buying the gear or you're the guy, the radio station, no matter, there's always some kind of money thing involved. There's always some angle that your wife could possibly kill you. So yes. I feel your pain, man.
You don't need another microphone.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You nailed it. I do. Yeah, right.
My headphones broke. I had to wait to get new ones for Christmas.
Listen, man, I feel you. Whenever my wife's really cool about stuff. She actually got me a gift card to pianos and stuff down in Blawnox. This is where I get all my gear at. And I'm thinking about getting a looper pedal for my acoustic show. One of those ones, that you can just kind of like hit your guitar and it like loops it and I really never messed around with stuff like that. But I'm not looking at like beatbox or anything weird. I just want something to enhance my acoustic show. Maybe like some vocal harmonies. Like I said, but even be able to play a solo. Just lay the rhythm down and then loop that. So I can play a solo over it or something. But yeah, I'm thinking about going down there and checking that out because my wife got me a $100 gift card to pianos and stuff for Christmas. So guess I'm a lucky guy.
that is another awesome local music establishment.
Oh, you got that's what, Bill. Honestly, honest to God, man, I went to Guitar Center, in Monroeville. I've been to a few different music stores in my life, and I've never encountered a group of musicians who work. They're all musicians. Every one of them plays in some sort of band or something like that, and they're all.
Off the top of my head, Stevie J is there. Chris Ring. I can't. Rudog.
Yeah, Rudog. Joey Connor works there. Mike
Mike
Vasey.
Vasey.
Yeah, there's a lot of good musicians that work here, man. And yeah, they just always they're down to earth people. They know what they're talking about. That's the important. They know what they're talking about. They don't BS you. Like people who work at Guitar Center, man, I swear they just like found them off the street or something. You go in there and ask for guitar, like, oh yeah, they show you a piano or something. It's like I'm not even joking, man. Like they really don't know a lot of stuff here. But the
Hey,
guys,
a piano is a stringed instrument. It is if you open the top.
I know it's a little different, little off the spectrum there, but yeah, but they're just good people, and the prices are good, and they treat you right, and that's where I buy all my stuff. It's called In Stuff Music now. Used to be formerly Pianos and Stuff, and now it's In Stuff Music in Blawnox, Pennsylvania. You got to check it out. They're good people and good prices, good product.
It's on Old 28.
Yeah, I don't know what that road. What's that? Freeport Road? Is that what they call it?
I'm not sure.
Old 28.
It's right along the river.
I remember before they built new 28. Whenever we'd have to used to go to like the Three River Stadium when I was a kid, that's how the road would have to take. They go down to Pittsburgh, and it took forever, man. Like I was a kid, I'm like, geez, oh man. And you get older and you start driving and stuff, and it's like, I'm driving on 28. I'm like, why didn't we ever take this road when I was a kid? You could have been home in like 20 minutes. And my mom's like, oh, it didn't exist. I was like, oh, well, that explains it, huh?
I remember when I was little, I used to ask, are we going over the Purple Bridge?
The purple. Oh, what's the Purple Bridge?
It's the one if you come through Oakmont and you turn on to Old 28. It's I can't think of the name of it now. It's purple.
Huh. I don't think I've ever been over the Purple Bridge.
Well, now you got to go look for it.
Yeah, but you saying Oakmont? Where does it take you to from Oakmont?
Like if you turn left off of it, it'll take you right to In Stuff Music.
Oh, I know the name of this bridge too. It's gonna bother me. Elisa knows it too. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I can't think of the damn name. It's not Oakmont Bridge. It's
somebody's name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Oh man, that's gonna bug me now all night. Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome. All right, with that, I'm gonna let it stick in his head. We're gonna head out for the evening.
Great note to close on.
My name is Bill. This has been episode number 549 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me tonight was Doug Carnahan from After the Fall and his solo project. Make sure you check out After the Fall by going to rflrecords.com/after-the-fall. And for those of you that think that hashtags are hash browns, the hyphen is the minus sign. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks, Bill.